Hello everybody, it's me Samantha here today, and I wanted to do a video kind of creating a fall look. I know I'm probably super late at this because everybody's creating fall looks. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while and life has allowed it. If you are new to my channel, my name is Samantha and I am a makeup enthusiast. I don't take myself too seriously and neither should you. I pretty much have a whole table full of new things here. The first thing I have here is the NYX High Glass. This is a primer in Moonbeam. I've used this once before. I didn't love it because I felt like the tone of the sheen wasn't ideal. But I wanted to give it another try because I am planning to kind of go through my products and I wanted to have like a real definitive answer on this. Then we have the UOMA Beauty, is it the Stay Woke Foundation? No, Stay What Foundation. Now, this is a new bottle because I've gone through the rounds of purchasing this foundation. I ordered it and I got the wrong one and it was too dark, and then I ordered again like 6 months later and it was too light, and then I finally ordered one that I think will match me. So these, I haven't used them by themselves. I've mixed them with each other. That doesn't make the perfect shade, and I mixed them with other foundations to kind of adjust their shades. So I'm really excited to be able to try this without mixing it. We also have the Morphe 2 Hidden Peak Concealer in the shade Peak of Golden. I've heard this is in the shade, what did I get? Bronze Venus T1N. Their website is like so hard to find your match. I have the Glowish bronzer in dark, so I have used the tan light, and I have a video with that. I'll link it here in the eye, and it wasn't really dark enough. So I didn't really get a full feel for the formula, but I was really interested, and so I finally just purchased it. I have this quad from Colourpop that I haven't used. I literally got it, put it in a drawer. I swatched it when I got it, and that was it. So get some use out of that. The Wilderness palette, I have to say I have used this quite a bit. This Too Faced palette. I fell in love with the medium shade, and then I went out and bought the tan one, and then I never used it. And then I recently purchased these two MAC lipsticks. I love this formula. It's the Powder Kiss liquid lip colors, but I got two new shades. This is Sorry Not Sorry, and then Marrakesh Mare. I think that's how you pronounce it. So we'll get started and start using these products. Hopefully all goes well and we can create a beautiful fall look. So I'm going to go in with this primer. I swatched this on my hand earlier when I was kind of just getting a feel for what I wanted to use, and it feels really, really nice. The problem is, as you can see, it's really, really pale. Like, obviously it's going underneath my makeup, so it doesn't matter completely, and it's gonna like blend into nothing. But I do prefer something, let me just move my mirror, that has more of a gold, true gold, like yellow sheen. And I don't know if you can see, but it's just more champagne-y. We'll put it on my face and then you'll see. Because I get so tan, I just don't want to look like tin, basically. Or sometimes when I use like something a little bit more silvery and then my skin is so warm, it kind of creates like a very like it looks gray. Like my skin will just start to look gray, but it really does blend into nothing. It doesn't show too much. So let's just see how my face does feel a little tacky, but I don't feel like it's terribly smoothing, or I don't see my pores blurred at all, so it doesn't really do any of that. Not that it claims it, but so I do know from my other shades of this that it's very liquidy. It does feel like super lightweight, which is nice. And the color does look quite good. It has some decent coverage, but I don't feel like it's full coverage. It's more medium. It matches this part of my face, but as you can see, it's a little lighter on my forehead. That's typical. I try not to put too much makeup on my forehead because I know that happens. So I did buy the foundation or serum foundation from Morphe too, but I haven't yet played with that either. I feel bad because it's been sitting in my makeup for a while, like a long while now. And if you follow me on Instagram, I will put my handle here. I have decided that I'm going to take a full inventory of my makeup and try to pan some makeup stuff. I'm finding that I have just way too many like cream blushes and foundations. Those are the two things that are like giving me anxiety. Excuse me. Like, I just can't even look at myself when I look at my foundations. It's just way out of control, and I've had to throw out some recently that I really liked because they were expired, and then I was super pissed with myself. So I've decided that in the new year I'm gonna try to do a couple panning challenges. I may or may not include that on my channel just because I'm not sure how interested people are in that, because of the fact that I get the most views and interactions on my like new beauty product videos, so I'm not sure like how you guys feel about panning stuff. If you are interested in panning content, let me know. But I've been doing a lot of watching YouTube videos on panning, and like there's so many different challenges out there. And definitely eyeshadow will not be something I will be panning because I love my eyeshadow, but I definitely want to get rid of a lot of like my liquid and cream products that I never use. We're gonna go on with bronzer first. I think the tan powder looks great under my eyes. I like it a lot. I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury so much and I love it, and I can continue to use it, but I have so many other powders. I don't want to burn through that one yet. So I do need to like pull out these powders like this that are just so beautiful and I don't use it. So like this is a soft focus powder, and then it has like a normal highlight here and then a sparkly highlight. This is supposed to be like a glowy highlighting palette, and honestly I had the shade medium for the longest time in the winter and it worked for me beautifully, and I used that soft focus shade like every day under my eye, and it was just so gorgeous that I ran out and bought the tan one when I started to get more tan, and then I forgot about it, which was horrible because I got my Charlotte Tilbury. And yeah, shame on me. So we're gonna go in this bronzer here, and hopefully this shade works a lot better. I feel like I did use it once, but again, I'm putting stuff in my drawer and then forgetting about it. So hopefully I can get myself to be a little bit more responsible about using my products. I feel like I'm not really picking up much. Oh, it's showing up now. There we go. I did like how when I used it last time, the lighter one, how beautifully it blended on the skin, but I was disappointed by the tone because I could see it, that it was on my skin, and I could see it looked beautiful on my skin, but I couldn't see the color really. And so that was just so disappointing. And she came out with new blushes. I want them so bad. Alright, there we go. I have to like figure out how I'm gonna go about like not buying so much. I don't want to be on a no buy or a low buy, but I definitely need to figure out how to curb my appetite for beauty. So I got the palette in at First Crush, and it has this highlight is called A Flutter. Then we have Giddy Like, got Butterflies, and High Imagination there. I want to go for a very like brown green look, so I think I'm gonna go in with Giddy Like, just kind of like an orangey brown. Now I don't know how I feel about like the Super Shock formula being in there with regular powders, because it is kind of creamy. So it's essentially like having a cream product with a bunch of powder products. So we'll see how that flies in the long term. I mean, it wasn't terribly expensive, so I'm not gonna stress out about it, but it's definitely something to think about and note for the future. I literally put blush everywhere, and when it's this kind of color, it just looks like warm and toasty, and I can't stop myself. So I need to stop, and I'm just going to use the highlight from in here because it's really pretty. Colourpop for the longest time was not impressing me whatsoever. Like all of 2020 pretty much, it was like hot garbage. And then I decided this year, or they decided this year, that they were just gonna release the most beautiful things ever, and I have been buying a lot of things from them. I love those little quads. I have a couple of those 5 pans. I'm not crazy about those, but the quads have been really nice. And a lot of their, like the Lush palette, the Cabana palette, I don't even know what I bought or what I have. I don't think I have that one, but it was beautiful and I was tempted. Yeah, I love the Super Shock formula and highlight. It just looks so damn beautiful. All right. Can we just talk a second about all these TikTok hacks? I was just on Instagram, which is pretty much just where people dump their TikToks as well on the reels. So what I was saying was all these TikTok hacks, it's crazy to me. Like, do we need these hacks? And I know a lot of people are just testing them like, oh, is this worth doing? The point is, no, it's not worth doing. If you have to put tape up your nostrils and across your entire face, or anywhere, if you're putting tape on your skin in excess, it is not worth doing. You know, people complain about using makeup wipes and tugging on your face. Yeah, that's true, but at the same point in time, putting tape on your skin and then ripping it off, whether you do it gently or not, it can't be great for your skin either. And I don't see that as a hack. It's like a science project more than anything. And maybe I'm old. I was starting to think that to myself. I was like, am I just so freaking old? So here is the Wilderness palette that you guys have seen 5 trillion times. And I'm going to show it to you again, because I actually really love this palette. I love BeautyBay eyeshadows in general. I think their mattes are beautiful. They last all day. They blend out easily, they're pigmented, and their shadows, their metallics are outstanding. And I feel like whatever formula they're using, it is, in my opinion, the same as Be Perfect, the same as Sample Beauty. It's probably the same as Mama Mitchell. It's the same, I think, in a lot of ways to the Glam Light formula, just smaller pans. Like, there's so many brands that are coming out and it feels like the same formula, and BeautyBay is doing it at a significantly low cost. So I just think they are killing it and I love them. So I'm gonna go in with Earth, which is a beautiful brown here. And yeah, we're gonna go more neutrally. And funny as it may seem, I love colorful eyeshadow, but lately I've been going very neutral. I think it's just easy, and I'm like trying to do my makeup super fast, especially like those little Colourpop quads. Like I said, I've been using them quite a bit. They're just so easy to use when it's like 4 colors, but they're all basic. They're all very basic. So I find myself doing a lot of really simple looks. I like them, but I do feel like something's missing. I feel like BeautyBay kind of gives you those vibes without actually like being boring. And I feel like that's all that's in right now is the natural makeup. So I feel like I am kind of fitting in with the trend, but not out of full desire. Like, I'm not all the way there with everybody on that. Like, Sigma came out with that very neutral palette, and then Patrick Ta, and then it's like Jaclyn Hill just released or somebody released a sneak peek of her new palette with Morphe, and it's pretty much the same thing that we're seeing from everybody. And I'm sure like the only one that really has my interest is the Patrick Ta, because I'm curious about the formula. They're really all essentially the same ones, and I haven't bought that Patrick Ta one because I know that I have all of those colors. It's just a neutral palette we've seen 100 times before. They're all pretty much the Natasha Denona Glam palette, which I already, not the Glam, is it the Glam, the bronze palette, which is all like golds and browns. It's the same thing, and I have that one, and I barely even use that one. So the next color I'm gonna go in with is this one right here, and I can't read it because it's upside down. It's called Ivy, and we're just gonna deepen up that outer. See how pigmented this is and how easy it is to like get it on. It's unbelievable. Now I know that this palette is sold out, but they updated a bunch of photos on it, and it has like one of these little like notify me when it's in stock buttons. So that kind of implies to me that they're probably going to get it in stock again. So I hope that is the fact, so that everybody can try this. Well, it feels like in a way that everybody already has tried this, but yay, I think they kind of match. Alright, I'm going to clean this brush off a little bit, and then I'm going to go back in with the other one, which I don't remember which one it was. I'm going back into Earth a little just to bring it back over the top of that green. I don't want to blend too much because I don't want it to get like muddy. Now I'm going to go in with Moss. Yeah, it's this one right here. That's more what it looks like in real life, because when I do this, it reflects the light so much. Like, look at that. Stunning. Do you see that? It looks so pretty. All right. This is the neutral look I want every day. Why am I using these little soft palettes and I can get a look like this? This, like, I know it can be much for some people, but personally, when I see this on my eyeball, I'm like, yes, give me more. Like, it makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. All right, I'm just gonna go in with Ivy, just like this, over the edges to blend it. All right, and then I'm gonna take Lime, which is this beautiful shade here. I'm tilting it because I don't want the lights to affect the color of the palette, and I'm zoomed in so it's just so close. And I'm gonna put that on my inner corner. It's like a gold with a tint of green. I forgot to grab mascara, so I'm gonna put that mascara and draw my eyebrows, and I will be back. Alright guys, so this is the final look, and I hope that you enjoyed watching me use these products. I'm gonna have to play with that foundation a little bit more to decide if I really like it. The concealer worked really well. I don't have any creasing. The color is good. I wish I got it like a shade lighter, but that's okay. It still works fine. I love that powder under my eyes, which is great. The blushes from Colourpop, I mean, they're okay blushes. They're not like my favorite blush formula. I really love the highlighter, and that's what it's good for. The bronzer, the rich, or the, is that what it's called? Yeah, the rich shade is a lot better for me than the tan light. I do still have the tan light because in the winter I do get significantly lighter. Like, I'm already losing some of my tan, so I am gonna keep both shades, but I definitely feel like it was a smart choice to get the rich one. This primer, I feel like it does absolutely nothing, so I'm probably going to find a new home for it. I think it's partially because my skin is just too dark for the color Moonbeam itself, or I'm gonna have to like use a lot of the product, which I don't really like to use. So for that reason, this is not like on the top of my list when I do that inventory of things that I'm probably gonna hold on to. The Wilderness palette, it's a beautiful palette. I think you guys already know that. If it does come in stock, I mean, keep an eye out, because I just have a feeling it will come back in stock. And then if you haven't been able to get your hands on it but you're looking forward to it, I would definitely pick it up because the shadows are impeccable. They're so easy to use. I hope that you really got a feel for that in my video, because they're like truly amazing. It's like one of my all-time favorite brands. Yeah, that is it for this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you don't, give it a thumbs down. It lets me know at least what kind of content you guys want to see. And until next time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It would be awesome. And I love you guys. Bye.